Hi guys, I hope you're all well. It's currently Sunday the 12th of June 2022 and welcome to week 335 of my weight loss journey. In last week's video we all saw I had a loss of 1.5 pound, which is 0.7 kilogram, which meant my body mass index went from 51.7 down to 51.5. As you can tell, my voice is pretty much shot. I've just got back from Italy after an 8-hour delay. And I've also come back to very high pollen levels, so my hay fever is really kicking in, and I think I've also got a cold through all the air conditioning that I was going through. Anyway, so not the best. I've done a COVID test just to make sure, and that's come out negative. So I think it's a mix of a cold and hay fever combined together. It's not great. But anyway, let's look at the review of my calorie consumption for the past week, which we can see in the graph above. The average of this was 2,426 compared to the previous week at 2,530. It has declined to within its 2,500 calorie allowance average for the week, which is absolutely great. It's where I want it to be. My fluid consumption, kind of as I expected, has reduced to 2,893 millilitres, below my 3,500 milliliter target. Again, that's kind of to be expected since I've not been at home and away for a few days, so my fluid consumption always does tend to suffer when I'm away from my normal routine. Now, how about my step count? This can be seen in the graph above. The average of this was 5,766 compared to the previous week at 10,289. Again, I did mention in last week's video, I'm not expecting to do very well in my overall steps. 5,766 as an average for the week is actually better than I was expecting I would do. So it's a positive, but it is falling short of my 10,000 step mark average. As we all know, every 5 weeks I retake my body measurements to see if I've made any progress in that area as well. So without further ado, here are my latest results. Out of the 14 body measurements which I monitor, I've not seen any losses across any of those. Therefore, in the 335 weeks that I've been doing this weight loss journey, I've lost a total of 122.2 inches, which is 310.4 centimetres. It's that time of the week where we all get to see my latest weighing result, so here it is guys, here's my weighing. I weigh 177.6 kilograms, which is 391.5 pounds, or 27 stone, 13.5 pounds. This means in the past week I've seen a gain of 2.5 pounds, or 1.2 kilogram. Now if I compare this result to the result I obtained at Slimming World, you can see this right here. At Slimming World this week I also saw a gain of 2.5 pounds, or 1.2 kilogram. So there we go guys, it isn't a great result, it's a gain, despite the fact that my calories have been within target this past week. When I've been in Italy, yes, there's been bread, and I even had a pizza, but other than that I was sticking within my calories each day. So it's the carbohydrates and the reduced fluid and all of these sitting around, hanging about at airports and obviously on the plane. So fluid retention is a real possibility on this occasion, and like I say, it's disappointing to see again when technically my food, okay, some carbohydrates, but nevertheless, it's been within. Based on this week's weight gain, it sees my body mass index go from 51.5 up to 51.9. And if we look at my third weight loss target, last week it was 17.4% complete. And after the gain, it goes down to 13.9% complete. So in the 335 weeks that I've been doing this weight loss journey, I've lost a total of 149.7 pounds, which is 67.9 kilograms, or 10 stone 9.7 pounds. Next week, I would love to say that I'm going back into a normal routine, but that isn't the case because I do have to do another business trip, this time to the United States for a few days. So I'm hoping to make the best choices possible once again, and I thought I did that in Italy, but it still is come out as a negative result. So I think I'm going to be eating a few more Caesar salads when I'm over in America, maybe a burger. We'll see. But I'm hoping I can turn this week's result around, but again, it depends on all the travel, sitting around on the plane again for this time, 8 hours at a time. Yeah, I'm hoping for a loss, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. And hopefully I'll recover my voice and I'll get rid of this cold and hay fever. It's driving me absolutely bonkers. But other than that, guys, that's it. That's the end of this week's video. As always, if you'd like to continue following me along my weight loss journey and hopefully get to see much less of me in the future, by all means, subscribe to my channel so you don't get to miss out on any future videos that I post. I wish you all a fantastic week. Stay safe, look after one another, and I'll see you all again next Sunday.